everyone, this is Rupa again, and as my discussions on the previous video, NEP 2020, video number 2, part A, we have discussed about outline key policy proposals of 2020 NEP. As well, we have discussed about new academic structure outline, but now in this video we are going to discuss in detail about additions and deletions of few subjects from schooling, that is from nursery till universities. Now in this video I am going to discuss about how this new education policy is going to create a new learning platform with a safe and stimulating learning environment by providing a wide range of learning experiences with appropriate resources. Please watch this video till end because teachers, academicians as well as the parents will get definitely benefited by watching this video till end. Come, let us go in detail into the video. We will see what is the vision and design of this 4 phases of schooling and a new academic structure, and what are the major changes proposed during these stages. Number 1, 5 years foundational stage. In that, introduction of ECCE, Early Childhood Care and Education, the foundation of learning. We all know that fact over 85% of the child's cumulative brain development occurs prior to the age of 6, indicating the critical importance of appropriate care and stimulation of the brain in a child's early years in order to ensure healthy brain development and growth. It is therefore of the utmost importance that early childhood has to have access to high quality of ECCE. The overall aim of ECCE will be attain optimal outcomes in the domains of physical and motor development, cognitive development, socio-emotional, ethical development, cultural and artistic development, and the development of communication and early language, literacy and numeracy. So, ECCE ideally consists of flexible, multifaceted, multi-level, play-based, activity-based, inquiry-based learning about example alphabets, language, numbers, counting, colors, shapes, indoor and outdoor play, puzzles, logical thinking, problem solving, drawing, painting and other visual art, craft, drama and puppetry, music and movement. By incorporating above all, we all hope for an excellent framework. ECCE by NCERT will serve as a guide both for parents as well as for early childhood education institutions. As per the government, for universal access to ECCE, Anganwadi centers will be strengthened with high quality infrastructure, play equipment and well-trained Anganwadi workers or teachers is most important. At the current time, with the lack of universal access to ECCE, a large proportion of children fall behind within the first weeks of grade 1 with the lack of transition program from pre-primary to first standard. Thus, to help ensure that all students are school ready, an interim of 3-month play-based school preparation module for all grade 1 students consisting of activities and workbooks around the learning of alphabets, sounds, words, colors, shapes and numbers involving collaboration with peer groups and parents will be developed by NCERT. Next 3 years from 8 to 11 years, which is called preparatory stage, it will comprise of 3 years of education building on the play, discovery and activity based pedagogical and curricular style of the foundational stage, but also gradually beginning to incorporate textbooks as well as aspects of more formal but interactive classroom learning, with the introduction of some textbooks in order to lay a solid groundwork across subjects including LSRW skills, that is reading, writing, speaking and listening skills, physical education, art, languages, science and mathematics. The learning in the preparatory class shall again be based primarily on play-based learning with a focus on developing cognitive, effective psychomotor abilities and early literacy and numeracy. It is well understood that young children learn and grab non-trivial concepts more quickly in their home language or mother tongue. Wherever possible, according to the policy, the medium of instruction until at least grade 5 but preferably till grade 8 must be in their mother tongue or the local language. But This will be decided maybe after taking state government concerns. Giving importance to multilingualism and the power of language learning is mandatory during this preparatory stage. That is, introduction of 3 languages. One is regional or local language, and one must be national language, and other must be foreign language. Choosing of languages again into the choice of students only. Next, the middle stage of schooling comprises 3 years of education that includes the 6th, 7th and 8th classes with the age group of 11 to 14. Here, the introduction of subject teachers for learning and discussion of the more abstract concepts in each subject that students will be ready for at this stage across the science, math, arts, social science and humanities is mandatory. Here, students must have a large amount of flexibility in choosing their individual curriculum. Certain subjects, skills and capacities should be learnt by all the students to become good, successful, innovative, adaptive and productive human beings in today's rapidly changing world. During this stage, giving importance to mathematics, along with that introduction of contemporary subjects such as artificial intelligence, machine learning and data science is mandatory. Every child will get an opportunity to take a fun course during grade 6 to 8 that gives a survey and hands-on experience of a sampling of important occasional crafts such as carpentry, electric work, metal work, gardening, pottery making, etc. as decided by state and local communities and as mapped by local skilling needs. All students will participate in a 10-day bagless period, sometimes during grade 6 to 8, where they intern with local vocational experts such as carpenters, gardeners, potters, artists, etc. Similarly, this will consider as internship during the 10-day bagless period as their vocational course subject. Next, the high school or secondary schooling stage will comprises of 4 years, that is 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th with multidisciplinary study building on the subject-oriented pedagogical and curricular style of the middle stage, but with greater depth, greater critical thinking, greater attention to life aspirations and greater flexibility and student choice of subjects. In particular, students would continue to have the option of existing after grade 10 to pursue vocational or any other courses available in grade 11 and 12 at a more specialized school if so desired. And the major part of high school is giving more importance to the multidisciplinary study, that is either any vocational course or the skill-based learning must be completed before the child leaving after completion of 18 years of his schooling from the school, and he must be ready with the best skill to face the real world after coming out from the high school. When it comes to assessments or examinations in grade 1 to 8, census assessments at key stage in classes 3, 5 and 8 to track achievement and achievement of critical LOs, learning outcomes. Testing to focus on achievement of essential learning outcomes is very important here, and moving away from rote learning. Assessment of core concepts and knowledge, higher order skills and its application in real life situations, moving away from our earlier rote learning. Results of school examinations. The results of school examinations will be used only for developmental purposes and for continuous monitoring and improvement of the schooling system. Reforming examinations in grades 9 to 12, including board examinations. Board exams will be made easier as they will test primarily core capabilities and competencies. Payable models to be explored, annual, semester, modular exams. 2 parts of exams, an objective type and descriptive type of question papers will be guided. Guidelines will be prepared by NCERT, National Council of Education Research and Training, and in consultation with SCERT's State Council of Education Research and Training and Board of Assessments and PARAK. Teachers to be prepared for a transformation in the assessment system by the academic year 2022-23. Each school board shall ensure equivalence of academic standards in learners' attainments. Standards, norms and guidelines for school boards through PARAK National Center. The report card of all students for school-based assessments will be completely redesigned by states, UTs, under guidance from the proposed National Assessment Center, and NCERT and SCERTs. The report card will be a holistic 360-degree multidimensional report that reflects in great detail the progress as well as the uniqueness of each learner in the cognitive, affective, socio-emotional and psychomotor domains. It will include self-assessment and peer assessment and progress of the child in project-based and inquiry-based learning, quizzes, role plays, group work, portfolios, etc. along with teacher assessment. This holistic report card will form an important link between home and school and will be accompanied by parent-teacher meetings in order to actively involve parents in their child's holistic education and development and provide teachers and parents with valuable information on how to support each student in and out of the classroom. Moving towards a higher educational system consisting of large multidisciplinary universities and colleges with at least one in or near every district and with more HEI, that is higher education institutes across India that offers medium of instruction or programs in local or Indian languages. Higher education plays an extremely important role in promoting human as well as societal well-being and in developing India. Your vision of HEIs will mean a multidisciplinary institutions of higher learning that offers undergraduate and graduate programs with high quality teaching, research and community engagement. And the length of the degree program shall be adjusted accordingly. The undergraduate degree will be of either 3 or 4 years duration now, with multiple exit options within this period with appropriate certifications. Example, if they complete 1 year and discontinue, then they will get a certificate either in the vocational or professional areas, or a 2 years course if they completed, then it is called as a diploma certificate. If they complete a bachelor's degree after a 3 years program, and the 4-year multidisciplinary bachelor's program, however, shall be the preferred option since it allows the opportunity to experience the full range of holistic and multidisciplinary education in addition to a focus on the chosen major and minors as per the choices of the student. An academic bank of credit shall be established which would digitally store the academic credits earned from various recognized HEIs. Now, HEIs will have the flexibility to offer different designs of master's program. There may be a 2-year program with the second year devoted entirely to research for those who have completed the 3-year bachelor's program. For students completing a 4 years bachelor program with research, there could be a 1-year master's program, and there may be an integrated 5-year bachelor's and master's program. Undertaking a PhD shall require either a master's degree or a 4 years bachelor's degree with research. And the major part is the MPhil program shall be discontinued by the policy. Thank you for watching. If you feel this video is informative and useful, please don't forget to share with your friends and family, and please like, comment in the comment box and subscribe too. Thank you. As I have promised in the previous videos, my next video would be on teachers and faculty, how they are going to play a vital role as heart of learning process in the policy, and their rigorous recruitment process, as well as how the professional developmental process will happen for them at the same time, and how to provide a positive working environment and service conditions for them.